Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Egal, and I'm back again on Egal Talks Football. And today we got some sad news, ladies and gentlemen. Arsenal striker and Brazil's striker, Gabriel Jesus, will miss the rest of the World Cup. Sources claiming that the Brazilian forward has injured his knee. Reports coming out that he injured his knee in the game against Cameroon, potentially being out for about 3 weeks. That is the reports coming out right now that he's only going to be missing 3 weeks. That is very, very positive news. The fact that he's only going to be missing 3 weeks. When I first heard these reports about what was it, yesterday, I heard these reports that Gabriel Jesus was feeling some pain in his knee and will undergo testing Saturday. Now, I'm just going to say this. Gabriel Jesus is a massive blow for Arsenal and potentially a blow for Brazil. Not as much for Brazil because Brazil don't necessarily use him as their main number nine. Arsenal use him as their main number nine, and we could be missing him for about a month. So the negatives is, of course, he's injured. He has a knee injury, and knee injuries can be reoccurring injuries on a regular basis. Now, he did mention something that I wanted to touch on because he spoke about the fact that he has already been suffering some pain in his right knee during his matches for Arsenal, and recovery time is not going to be long, estimated for up to a month. The fact that he's already been experiencing these pains and everything else kind of makes sense why he's not doing as much with Brazil. I know that he doesn't necessarily start for Brazil, but in the same breath, he hasn't been training much. He hasn't been doing a lot of things, and it's just really, really making sure that he is fully fit leading up to this World Cup. He even took some time out of the Arsenal team. So it all is now starting to add up. What has been holding him back has been he's had a knock, and this knock is now become a serious injury. It is people are optimistic that Gabriel's injury that he'll be fit in time for the turn of the new year. That is now massive news because the fact that we're hearing that he has a knee injuries can be extremely serious. They can take long, and if you tear something or you rip something, it can be something that can keep you out for a long period of time. But the fact that all of this is only saying that he's going to be returning in January for Arsenal is great signs because these are the fixtures that we have up until January. December 26th, we play West Ham. December 31st, we play Brighton. January 3rd, we play Newcastle. We play Oxford United in the FA Cup third round and the North London Derby on January 15th. Potentially, I would be targeting for him to return either the Newcastle game or the Tottenham game. But if it was up to me personally, I would rest him up. I would rest him if he came back in time for the Newcastle game. I wouldn't play him, and I think we can do okay with just two potential games, maybe three tops. If you want to include the FA Cup game, potentially four maximum that he would be missing due to injury. It's not as bad as we first feared. Let's be honest. When you see somebody going down with a knee injury, or you think to yourself, first thing you think to yourself is the player is going to be out for a long period of time. But you know what? Knock on wood, he's only potentially going to be missing until the beginning of January. And that's not that bad. It's not as first feared. But yeah. So just to give you guys a quick recap, Gabriel Jesus is out for the rest of the World Cup campaign with Brazil. He will be back from his injury in about estimated a month at this moment in time. He has undergone. It's not as bad as people first feared. So it's just looked at as a minor injury where he'll just need rest. No surgery. No major injury that you need to go under a microscope and continuously looking under that knee. So this is good signs. Good signs. I'm happy that he's going to be okay. And I believe Eddie Nketiah can hold down the fort for West Ham. He did it last year. I believe Eddie Nketiah can hold down the fort against Brighton. I believe we have enough goals in this team. And also, not to make fun of Gabriel Jesus, but he wasn't really the main goal scorer. He was more or less doing all the dogged work and being a key contributor to the game without necessarily scoring the goals. So if Eddie Nketiah can do a similar thing, I'm not saying we're not going to miss Jesus. Of course, in the long run, we're going to miss Jesus. But in the first two games back, it's not going to be as big as an issue as if we were missing him for 2 3 months. He's only going to be missing 2 games. We're lucky that this is happening early in the World Cup and not near the end. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Let me know what you guys think about the whole fiasco, about everyone going crazy into meltdown. I don't think that this is worthy of a meltdown. I get it. He's an important player. Get well soon, Gabriel Jesus. Eddie Nketiah can answer the call in the meanwhile. I believe in Eddie Nketiah. You guys should believe in Eddie Nketiah to a certain degree. He did prove that he's slightly underrated last season. And hopefully until January, Eddie Nketiah can hold on the fort. That's only really 2 games, but 2 games should be he should be able to hold it down for 2 games. That shouldn't be an issue. After the World Cup break, remember we play West Ham, Brighton, Newcastle, Oxford United, and then Tottenham on the 15th of January. If he's back in time for the 15th of January, I'm okay. I'm okay. And I'm not going to be concerned. I am not going to be concerned. But yeah, shout out to Martinelli who started yesterday for Brazil and was one of the shining lights in that Brazil team yesterday. Shout out to Martinelli who's one of the shining lights yesterday in that Brazil team. Unfortunately, Thomas Partey news is that he is one of the only people who's going to be returning back from the World Cup early. He didn't get to the round of 16, but the positive is he is also going to get 3 weeks rest before our next game. No injury for Thomas Partey. Knock on wood, it doesn't happen, and that is some good news. So with some of the bad news, there is some good news. Tom Yasu's playing well. Some of these guys playing well. By the way, a lot of the Arsenal boys have advanced to the next round. A lot of the Arsenal boys have advanced to the next round. This has been an impressive showcase from the Arsenal boys, and you know what? I'm quite happy how they have performed. So if you guys don't know, Brazil have advanced, which of course Jesus will no longer be with them. You have Jesus, you have Martinelli, Tomiyasu advancing with Japan, topping the group. France advancing with Saliba. Saliba getting some game time in the previous game. Granit Xhaka, captain of Switzerland, advancing to the next round. Also, you have Matt Turner absolutely looking like a revelation. Apologies need to be given to Matt Turner. His performances in the World Cup have been outstanding. You also have Ben White who left early. Respecting his privacy, still not knowing what it is, but we have to respect his privacy and not make up rumors and jokes and be disgusting about Ben White. Come on. And England still have Ramsdale and Bukayo Saka still there. So there is a lot of positives around this World Cup. Of course, today I'm here to give you guys the unfortunate news that Gabriel Jesus has picked up an injury. But yeah, that's just a little bit of snippets of what's been going on in this World Cup outside of the Jesus injury. Now, I'm just going to tell you guys there's one more thing that's quite strange. I did a video on it. You can go check it out in my shorts section where I spoke about Granit Xhaka and his supposed incident where he is now being investigated by what is it? The something He's being investigated by FIFA for wearing a shirt of which makes no sense. He wore his teammate's shirt. Go check out this short. It will explain everything to you, but you really want to know about this story. But yeah, you guys have yourselves a good day. I'll link the short here. Also, I'll be doing another stream on Monday. I'll have a special guest on. I'll show you guys who my special guest will be, just so you guys remember the name. Monday at 12 o'clock, I'll be doing a live stream with special guest Kia. If you guys don't know Kia from Football London, yes, Kia from Football London. I'll be having him come on tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Keep an eye out, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Unfortunate Gabriel Jesus got injured, but luckily it's not a serious injury. That's all we can say. Have a good one, guys. Peace. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and of course, leave a comment down below on what you think this injury means for Arsenal's season and our title hopes, because I don't think it affects it too much yet. But yeah, peace out, guys.